The Vale of York Hoard, now in the British Museum in London, is among the most important Viking Age silver deposits recovered in Britain. It comprises 617 coins and some 65 other items, including a high-status silver gilt cup, a gold armring, ingots, and abundant hack silver. The hoard was found in January 2007 by metal detectorists David and Andrew Whalen. It was reported intact and subsequently declared treasure under British law. After valuation, it was acquired jointly by the British Museum and the York Museum's Trust for Public Collections. The find comprised a deliberately buried assemblage inside a lead-lined container and is commonly interpreted as a Viking period hoard buried during the turbulent decades of the early 10th century AD in the former Kingdom of Northumbria. The hoard's inventory is striking for the mixture of complete coinage and cut metal. The primary categories are coins. These include Islamic dirhams, Anglo-Saxon and Carolingian issues, and a suite of imitative and Norse-blended types. The coin series demonstrates long-distance monetary flows into Viking hands and the continued use of silver coinage as both currency and bullion. Silver gilt cup, a mid-9th century Carolingian silver gilt cup decorated with vine motifs and 6 animal roundels. It served as the hoard's primary container and probably represents plunder or high-value loot incorporated into the hoard. Hack silver and ingots. These about 65 items include chopped jewelry, sections of brooches, and ingots cut and nicked for testing, a standard Viking method of assessing silver quality, plus a rare gold armring that may indicate connections with Irish or Atlantic contacts. The mixture of whole coinage and hacked silver is typical of Viking bullion hoards. Coins circulated both as currency and as a source of fine metal for weight-based transactions. Numismatic study is central to the hoard's chronology. The latest datable coins provide a terminus post quem in the early 10th century. Detailed cataloging by specialists indicates deposition around 927 to 928 AD, a period of political realignment in northern England following King Ethelstan's campaigns and periodic Viking incursions. The coin assemblage's geographic spread. Mints in the Islamic world, North Africa, the Slavic East, Scandinavia, Ireland, and continental Western Europe attest to both trade and raiding networks that fed Scandinavian hoard formation. The cup is the hoard's single most art historical object. Executed in silver and gilded, it bears 6 roundels with animal motifs and vegetal ornament, closely paralleling the Haltonmore cup and other 9th century Carolingian metalwork. Stylistic and technical affinities indicate manufacture in a continental workshop in the mid-9th century. Its inclusion as a container and as a prestigious object implies either high-status plunder or conversion of ecclesiastical/regal tableware into portable wealth. The cup's survival illuminates Viking practices of appropriation and the mobility of luxury goods. Hack silver fragments and nicked ingots reveal practical bullion behavior. Vikings routinely cut and tested silver objects to produce small, transferable pieces for weighting and exchange. The presence of a gold armring, rare in these hoards, indicates occasional inclusion of high-value items, perhaps as prestige tokens. Following treasure inquest and valuation, the hoard was acquired jointly by the British Museum and the York Museum's Trust with major public funding. Initial display was at the Yorkshire Museum, with subsequent conservation work carried out by the British Museum's departments before regional and international exhibitions and touring displays. The Vale of York Hoard remains a touchstone for Viking period studies in Britain. Its combination of numismatic breadth, a luxurious Carolingian vessel, and pragmatic hack silver renders it both an economic ledger and a cultural statement about mobility, plunder, and exchange in the early medieval North. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe so you won't miss new ones.